Hello friends, this is Caddy Miranda and I am here for Cat Scrappiness. Today I will be sharing a 12 by 12 scrapbook layout with you all, and I'm going to begin with my Big Shot and some Cat Scrappiness dies. So I'm using the square stitch dies and these are great. I love the edges with the faux stitch look. It's really pretty and adds a really nice touch to anything you cut out. So I'm just going ahead and cutting out several different sizes of squares here. At this point, I'm really not 100% sure what I'm going to do, but I had a basic idea in mind, and it was basically to just have some sort of diamond looking patterns going across the page. So that's kind of where I began, and I just started cutting out a bunch of squares, and I figured I'm just going to, kind of tilt them on their side and make diamond looking shapes. So I cut out all my shapes. I did make one of them bigger, which is the one that I'm going to use behind my photo. It's a photo of me and my boyfriend. And I'm going to add some foam to that and just add that. I did add a white border to the photo. These little frames that I cut out, which is just using two of the dies, a bigger and a smaller one, and just cutting out the center of it. And I'm going to add acetate to these so that I can create little shaker embellishments. I add foam tape to the edges so that I could have the space inside of the little shaker area to fill with sequins. So I'm just doing that, just adding foam tape to the edges, and then I'm going to fill it with some fun sequins. The papers that I used are from the Echo Park and Lori Whitlock 6x6 paper pad, which is called Celebrate Easter, from the shop. And then the sequin mix that I'm using to fill these little shakers is the Easter Egg Hunt sequin mix, which are flat back sequins. And what I did is I just picked out the coordinating colors to each frame. So I'm adding pink in the pink frame and blue in the blue one and yellow in the yellow one. And then I'm just filling those. And what I did is I added a piece of acetate to the back so that it could show through, or my background could show through the little shakers. So what I thought was I'm going to focus on these three colors. So it's going to be pink, yellow, and blue. And I'm going to mask off this stencil, and I'm going to mask off a 4-inch section. And my original thought was I'm just going to create three 4-inch sections of each color going across my page. So that was my original idea. I stayed pretty close to it, but it does change just a little bit. I'm just using some Shimmers texture paste from my stash and a stencil for my stash. You can use any stencil for this, or any texture paste for this, of course. You could even use some mist if you would like, but this just adds some really nice texture. So I did the pink, and then I went ahead and did yellow on the right side. Now what I decided to do for the blue is to do a whole 6x6 piece. So I'm using the whole stencil, and I'm just sticking it down to my white cardstock there with some washi tape just to hold it down and hold it in place. And then I'm going to go ahead and use the blue, or it's not really blue, it's more of a turquoise color, turquoise teal, I don't know what you would call that color, but it's like a blue-green color. So I'm going to go ahead and do the whole 6x6 area, and then once that's done, I'll peel it off, and then I'll cut around the edges and have a nice square. So I am going to add foam to the back of that. I did cut down a piece of foam to fit behind that, just slightly smaller. So it's probably about 5.5 by 5.5. And I just placed that right on top. Now this is not completely dry, so that's why I'm kind of trying to carefully poke it so that it sticks down, but I don't want to press directly onto the area where I have the texture paste because it is still a little bit wet. So I decided to flip it around and have a vertical design. I figured it worked better for this layout. And I'm going to go ahead and have the blue little shaker overlapping that blue triangle in the middle, or not triangle, I'm sorry, the blue diamond in the middle. So I went ahead and added a piece of the same blue cardstock behind it so that it didn't kind of have half white, half pattern in the background. So I did add just a piece of blue to that. I'm going to adhere my photo in the same diamond pattern, or the same diamond form. And the picture itself is perfect for that because it was kind of taken at an angle, and I did make it black and white, so it was perfect for making it into a diamond photo. So I'm just taking all of the pieces here from, or the pieces that I cut out using the dies, and I'm just scattering them around the page kind of trying to scatter around the colors, even though most of the blues end up on the right, most of the pinks on the left, but I just kind of scatter everything around until I like the way that it looks. So that's what I'm doing here. And those two pieces, the blue one there at the bottom and the pink one on top, I did add some foam to that as well. So I take out this Happy Hoppy stamp set, and it's super cute. It's by Gerda Steiner, and I love this stamp set. It's so cute. And I'm using some of my Distress inks from Tim Holt, and I am using Abandoned Coral and Cracked Pistachio, and the yellow one is called, let's see what it's called. I've got it right here. The yellow one is called Fossilized Amber. So these come in a set. You can get them in the Cat Scrappiness shop. They come in a set of 4. And they include also the Mermaid Lagoon, which is a very pretty blue one. So you can get that in the shop as well. And these products you can get in the shop, except for the texture paste, which is just something I had in my stash. You can get everything in the shop, the paper and the dies and the stamps, all of that. So I stamped out a few of those words from the stamp set and a few of the hearts, and I'm just fussy cutting around them to create some fun little embellishments. Then I decided to take this heart, which is a balloon heart, and I stamped it in the 3 colors, and then I'm going to go ahead and stamp a little chain of hearts to add as a little embellishment as well. And this is something you can do if you don't have embellishments for a page, or maybe you're not working with a specific collection. You can use your stamps and then just cut them out and have little stamps, and you can make your own little stamps. So I decided to use the sequins on the little balloons as well, and just take it a step further and add some fun and interest to the balloons. So I'm just adding coordinating color sequins to the balloons, and I am using my glossy accents to adhere those down. So basically this is the finished layout. I'm just getting the sequins onto the balloons, and I will add some twine to them in coordinating colors. And I'm just going to spread around those 3 words that I stamped out and cut out, and you will see that in the still shots. But I will just spread them around the page, and I'm going to go ahead and add my balloons here in just a second, and they're going to be right above my photo. You can see I also scattered around the little hearts that I also stamped and cut out, and those will kind of move a little bit, which you will also notice in the still shots. So you can see that in the details in the shots. So yeah, I just added my little balloons up there, and I love how those turned out. I'm just going to tuck these strings behind my photo there. And I love how those turned out. They turned out super, super cute. You can see my little string of hearts there I added underneath my title, which is going to be awesome, because we are awesome. And that is going to wrap it up. So here are some close-ups, and you can see all the details up close. If you have any questions or comments, or you'd like to know anything about Cat Scrappiness or any of the products I used today, let me know in the comments section below. Make sure you check out Cat Scrappiness, and thank you so much for stopping by today. I'll see you guys next time. Bye!